is currently preparing, probably sleeping, getting ready for the ASL number 6 qualifiers, which will be happening tomorrow, of course, in Seoul, Korea. I believe the second set of qualifiers are the ones that are in Busan, but either way, should be very fun to watch those if there's any streams. I know Rapid may put his stream up for that, which hopefully he does. Looking forward to seeing some games from that if I can. But it should be a fun set of series we have coming up here, and very, very important ones as well. If you checked my tweet when I did put it up, this is probably one of the most important series so far in the STPL. And this is because we are so close to playoffs, and the teams are so incredibly close. So, let's quickly throw it on over to the table, and let's have a look at what I'm going on about and why. You'll see it as soon as we get there, and here we go. So, currently this is going to be our Group A game first, with Red and White Clan currently in the lead in Group A. But if NaS win this series today, they're actually going to take the second spot in the STPL in Group A for now until the end of Week 7. Funnily enough, Red are facing off against Red are facing off against NaS in the 7th week, so that'll be next week. So a lot to play for. A loss here will almost guarantee that NaS will not make it to the round 2 playoffs. But a win here will mean they most certainly will. Well, they'll be closer to. And then depending on their result versus Red, that will change everything. But they're going to be here today playing up against DM. So just a quick look at how the players are doing so far. This is the top 10 across the entirety of the STPL. It doesn't really mean too much, but it's nice to have a look how people are doing. Yeah, how people are doing and everything. So you do have Yeti, Ku, Pharmacy, Koget, Tech, Bai, Dandy, Cryok, Dragon, and Zero. They do make up your top 10. You can see how many of them have appeared in ace matches and how many of them have won and whatnot. And obviously all their versus race stats as well. One of the nice things I like to show off, just because I can. One of the powers of having a database to do all this work for you. So, let's have a look at what maps we're going to be seeing in this set. We're going to be starting off on Return of the King, moving on to Flight Dreamliner, heading up to Troy, settling down in Triathlon in Game 4, and if we make it, the ace match is going to be on New Sniper Ridge. Now, I know I did mention who our first two teams are going to be, but let's have a quick look again just at their stats and how they've been doing. It's going to be DM versus NaS. Now, DM have done an incredibly good job so far in their group, but unfortunately, they are currently one win down on NaS and White, so that's why they're not in contention. Of course, if they do manage to win this game, they have a shot, depending on how White Clan and NaS do in the next game, which will be on Week 7, which I'll cast next week, but it's really, really close to the top of the table. And let's have a look at the lineups for both the teams. So we're going to have Tech, Yaj, PRL, and Defiler for DM. And for NaS, we're going to have Beast, Dragon, Terror, and Batorsai. So cool enough, we don't actually have that many, or we don't actually have any mirrors in this matchup. So should be a lot of fun. A nice amount of PVZs though, which are going to suit me, who is solo casting today very, very well. And yeah, DM don't use too many Terrans, but either way, should be a fun matchup. So let's introduce our first two players. Okay, so starting off for DM, it's going to be the player who was their ultimate ace player in the last round. He went 7 for 5, did an incredible job for his team. Hasn't had the same success here in the second round, but still, he's come out every week for them. Well, he missed 1 week, I believe. But currently 1 for 4. He is actually 1 for 1 against Zerg in the tournament. And his opponent is going to be Beast. Now, Beast doesn't appear as often for NaS. I understand that he and Kingdom had a little bit of a disagreement, which will lead on to something interesting happening in round 3. But Beast still a cool Zerg player. He's actually 2-0 last round, 1-0 against Protoss, but he is 0-1 this round, so he does have a little way to go. This is going to be his second game in round 2, and he is going to be looking to make a little bit of an appearance here as we head on into Return of the King. Now, Return of the King has not seen a PvZ so far. This is going to be the first EVP there's been on this map in the STPL. Should be a lot of fun as well. 4 corners, island bases as well with mineral onlys in the top, in the corners. And then you have the natural and third, quite close by, quite easy to defend. The only thing is you do have that high ground immediately outside of your natural and your high ground, so it makes it a little bit more stronger for ranged units to assault into those bases. And we more than likely will see that as we head over to our first game of today. So let's head over and let's get started. And speaking of getting started, in the top right hand position we do have, in the orange, it's going to be fighting for DM, their ultimate ace from round 1, it's Tech. And his opponent down here in the bottom left hand position is going to be, in the blue, fighting for NaS, it's Beast. Now, of course, if you did miss when I was going through the table just at the beginning, you'd know that this is one of the most important series so far in the STPL. Both these teams are riding a lot on this series to try and get their way into the round 2 playoffs. DM were their last seat, or last round even. They did win the 4th place position, so they have got a few league points heading into the grand finals. But currently NaS do not, so this is going to be very, very important for them. They want to make their debut into the playoff stages. And are they going to be able to pull it off? They're going to have to win today, most likely, and they'll need to win against Red if they want to make it into those playoffs. DM are actually going to have to win, I believe, both of their games. It's been a little bit hard to keep up on everything that's been going on, but let me just double check. So DM have actually got a bye next week, so unfortunately, unless something happens with Red and White here, DM I don't believe can actually get into the finals this round, just because they do have that bye at the end. They have played all of their games. This is their final series for round 2. So this is going to be important. If they can make it 4-2, they have a chance. If both White and NaS lose their games, they will tie themselves on 4-2. Now, of course, White did win their 6th week game, but they've got their week 7 game coming up against, I believe it's against Ash. So if you've been following the STPL, oh sorry, it's against Bull. So if you've been following the STPL, you may be, if you've been following, you may be, oh, my words are not coming out today. You'd know that Bull haven't had the best of the tournament, so White arguably would be the favoured ones going in, but Reina doing a very good job for Bull so far. Going to be looking to pull them against White if he can. Needs a little bit of support from his teammates, but if they can take down White and NaS can take down Red, it's possible. Oh, sorry. Red can take down NaS, then it's possible that DM, if they win this game, can make it into the playoffs, but it's going to be very close, and it's relying a lot on NaS messing up. And if there's one thing they haven't done throughout the entirety of round 2 is mess up any of their series. They've been doing a very, very good job. The losses they've had have been very close. Red, of course, the only team to have beaten White so far this round. They actually joined IRK from round 1 as the only 2 teams that have beaten White so far. But those 2 games have actually been quite vital in the sort of outcome of both the rounds so far. Now, we did have a 9 pull into a 12 hatch from Beast. I was talking a little bit. We did have a Forge Fast Expand. And this is when I miss having a co-caster. Here we go. A couple of Lings are going to get into the main. Beast is going to be able to do a decent amount of damage with these, at least be as annoying as humanly possible. He is not going to be going for Ling speed, so they're not going to be able to do too much. The Overlord should get away as well. But with this Nexus coming up, that's going to be safe. And Beast is just going to do what he can to try and get any economy damage done to his opponent. Now he knows Tech has vision over the gas. Now it is going to be link speed. It does come in very, very late actually, given the fact he did have the gas a little bit earlier. But we're only now going to see him heading into lair. Now he has built this third hatchery. This doesn't necessarily have to be lair. He's actually pulled out of gas again. So he's likely going to be going into Hydralis here, but a Ling all-in is not off the table. We've seen a few of those so far in the STPL. Of course, this is going to be the first EVP we see on this map, so going to be interesting to see how this can play out. We do have the 7X core coming in for Tech. Tech so far not been known to go for any crazy Zealot all-ins or anything like that. He's played fairly standard. Should see a Stargate coming in from him at some point. But he does in fact know there's no lair. He scouted this hatchery as well, sees a third hatchery, doesn't yet know about this one, so it's going to be a very, very important moment for him. And not seeing that lair, he is going to be a little bit confused. Now, will he get vision over the creep there? That's incredibly close, and it's a very important thing to scout, but he's not going to. He's actually sent his Zealot across now. His Zealot going to look to try and break in here. He knows there's no Sunk, and there's only actually 2 Zerglings. And this one Zealot could do a decent amount of economic damage himself. Oh wow, I was about to say the Lings didn't do too much damage, but here they go, they're back in again. 6 probes have gone down, 7 probes. No reaction from Tech, and Beast is doing an incredible job here. 8 probes, 9 probes, 10 probes going down in the main. Tech is doing too much with the Zealot, doesn't do enough damage, and GG. Beast takes down Tech in an incredibly fast game. Wow. Honestly, I did not expect that whatsoever. Beast doing an incredibly good job though, can't take anything away from him. Tech unfortunately dropped the ball a little bit with his multitasking, and Beast killed way too many probes, and because of that, Tech felt he had no choice but to GG, and Beast will take NaS to a very quick 1-0 victory here, or sorry, 1-0 lead against DM. So let's quickly head on over to the intro, and I'll be back in just a minute, for the next game. See you guys very soon.